Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. It is really good to be here with you guys. Welcome to Untangled. We are on episode 93. So happy to be here with you guys this morning. Settle in. I've got a really fun conversation that we're going to be talking about today. Wish my glasses weren't blurry. Welcome to Untangled. If you've never been here with us, if you've never listened to an Untangled episode, Untangled is all about unraveling and peeling back the evolution in human consciousness, looking at it from many different angles, making the uncomfortable very comfortable, talking about just the very basic, mundane human way in which we are navigating this process on the planet, but also recognizing that it is an extremely complex quantum field that is designed to be very simple and just the everyday ways in which we are going through it. And also I created this series so that we wouldn't feel so alone, and that we wouldn't feel weird or crazy, especially as you are awakening in awakening communities and realizing that even in those communities you no longer are resonating, right? And that you feel even off in those communities. There's this process in which we are continuing to move, or shift, and we're not designed to stay in anything for very long any longer. So thank you guys for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video as you're watching it. That would be very much appreciated. Um, Hi. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things this morning, for our episode 93. First thing I'm going to talk about is my water fast that I am doing. And then I'm going to talk about what I feel like is one of the most important subjects that we should be talking about on the planet right now, which is consumerism, consumption. And I'm not talking about consuming, everything we buy on Amazon. That's the least of my concerns. I'm talking about the consumption of information and the consumption of um, energy, what you are actually consuming in your everyday life through people, through conversations, through podcasts, through social media, through all of that. That is, to me, I wish my glasses were not freaking fogging up right now. It's so annoying. That to me is one of the biggest flags that we need to pay attention to right now. Um, and I think it's something that we haven't had to pay attention to really, up until this point. And also, we haven't really realized the impact that it's having right now. And and so I hope this is beneficial and useful to you in some way, shape, or form, in terms of being able to navigate what you are in, not through the lens of judgment, like there's something wrong with you, or why are you still feeling this? Why are you still in this? Why does this pattern keep arising? Blah, blah, blah. Why am I not like that person? Why am I not seeing things like that person? Why am I not having the same experiences? Oh my gosh, I better learn more about that. Oh my gosh, if I don't know that, then this is, or oh my gosh, I need to keep learning this stuff so that I can be prepared, or whatever it is. That's consuming energy. I mean, we've been consuming energy from day one, since the moment we opened our eyes. Every moment of every day, there is a consumption of energy because every interaction is energetic. And so right now it's extremely, extremely, extremely important to understand what you are taking in, and what this is going to give you if you can pay attention to what you're taking in every day, what it feels like, what it does to your body, um, um, how often you are sort of numbed out from it, how often you are just dazed from it, like you're just listening and you don't even realize how much you're addicted to listening to certain people or needing certain people in order to feel better. Like, just pay attention to all of this. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just becoming more and more aware of the energetic consumption so that you can empower yourself more and more through this evolutionary process. Okay, before I begin, I've already begun, obviously, but before I go deeper into this, I do want to let all of you know. So excited. So many of you are probably so sick and tired of me speaking about this, but we are opening up registration for my first of many Kenya retreats this Monday, the 8th. If you're a Patreon member, you'll have registration on the 8th. And if you're not a Patreon member, the registration opens, I think, on the 14th, the following Monday. And it's set, it's ready to go. There's only 18 slots for this retreat in February. But definitely get on the wait list if you're interested, because we will be doing 4 other retreats in 2025. And so you will definitely have an opportunity to join us. It's absolutely the most life-changing experience I've ever had in my entire life. And my soul demanded that I start bringing people to Kenya. And so our first one is in February. The wait list link is in the description box. And yeah, get on the wait list. July 8th, we open registration for Patreon. July 15th or 14th, the following Monday, we open it to everybody else. All right. Yes, yes, yes. That is my only thing that I wanted to talk about. Now let's begin. Okay. So for about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. So the way I live my life is I live my life in a flow state a lot. So I follow what's arising. I let the emotions just be. I listen to all my different thoughts. I pay attention to addictive behaviors and patterns and whatever. I do all of that. And I also listen to guidance. By the way, if you're in my Evolve class or my Evolve course, this week's class is going to be all about guidance and intuition. But I listen to my guidance. I listen to the underbelly of my soul communicating with me. And it always, to me, it's always a knock on the, a tap on the shoulder that doesn't go away. And it can be a very subtle voice that comes in and says, you need to do a fast, right? Or you need to stop eating this, or you need to go out in nature more, right? It's these little nudges that I get all the time. And if I don't follow a specific nudge, it will just keep nudging me. Thank God. And one of the nudges I've been getting the last couple of weeks is one, there is a clogging in my system. Energetically, I feel clogged. I feel like, and I don't eat unhealthy. I don't do drugs. I'm not an unhealthy person. I do hot yoga almost every day. I'm very healthy, very fit, you know, but there has been this heavy, clogged feeling I have been feeling lately in my channel, in my body. There's like a energetic channel that filters all the energy that comes through your body all day long. Every interaction you have with someone, this right here is creating an energy that goes through your body. Every song you listen to, every moment of an email, I mean, every moment of your life is an energetic exchange. It goes into your body. Now, we're not always conscious of this because it would drive us crazy, but we need to become more conscious. What you put in your body, what does it feel like before? What does it feel like after? Right before you do some sort of behavior, what does it feel like before you do the behavior? What does it feel like afterwards? Before you have a conversation with someone, what does it feel like before and after? Before you get on a call, before you send an email, before you get on social media, as you're on social media, when you start scrolling on YouTube, like starting to get really, really clear on how you are feeling, not emotionally necessarily, energetically. The more you can start feeling yourself energetically, the easier this game is going to get. And so I've been feeling energetically clogged. Like my system needs a massive, like as if there's a hose that's going into my body and flushing it out. And I kept hearing water fast. Now, I am not a faster. I've never fasted. I don't like fasting. First of all, I don't like to be hungry. The worst possible thing on the planet that I could experience is hunger. Like, I hate it. Um, I don't do well. Like, if I start to get hungry, I eat. So, obviously, that was one of the reasons I didn't wanna do a water fast. The other is that I'm working a lot right now, so I didn't wanna have, like, anything that was gonna create some sort of, like, pause in my ability to work, I was gonna need to just chill out and do nothing. But it kept coming, and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna cold turkey and do the water fast." And watched 2 videos, one by Dr. Berg on YouTube and this other guy, and they were both really empowering YouTube videos. I just wanted to make sure that I was gonna, be able to have the minerals that I still needed. So, I decided I would start on Sunday night. That would be my last meal, and, I would just drink water, and I would have Himalayan salt, and then for those of you that are, sensitive to this stuff, close your ears, but I have been drinking my plasma, my urine, as well, which gives me all 102. I think we have 102 minerals, and it really connects me to myself, but that's another subject that we can talk about later. And so far it's been fine. I've been, what is it, 36 hours in. I don't feel bad. I don't feel good. I feel like my body is getting a timeout. I feel like my body is happy that I am doing this. I feel like this is extremely necessary for me to get really clear on, um, more and more fine tuning the energetic body. Um, because one of the things that's extremely important so I highly recommend and encourage fasting, water fast, even though I'm not done. But I knew it was going to be a mind over matter. That it wouldn't be about getting hungry or any of that. It would be I would have to tell my mind it could do it. And so that's what I've been doing. I'm like, "Listen, you're gonna feel starving. You're gonna feel hungry. You're gonna feel whatever you're gonna feel, Lori. You feel it anyways and just keep going." And so when the hunger pains came up last night, I was like, "All right, this is it. What else is available? What else is here?" Right? Um and I think another reason why it hasn't been very difficult for me is because I'm used to being in whatever arises in a flow state kind of. So if sadness arises, I feel it. If pain arises, I feel it. If irritability arises, I'm so good now at being able to just be in whatever as it moves through that I think it's helped me to be able to be in the state of hunger and just let it move through because nothing is permanent. Nothing stays, even hunger. It doesn't. And so the more that we are able to be in that flow state in our everyday life, the more we are able to do it in situations that create that stress. And that's actually a beautiful, beautiful lesson for all of us because what we're navigating right now in life on this planet is moving into it has always been energetic, but it is moving more and more into an energetic awareness. And so that brings me to really the topic I wanted to talk about today, which is interesting because I've been feeling more and more that humanity is in such a consumption of information and energy, which is information, that it is debilitating them and they don't even realize it. The amount and thus I'm on a water fast, right? Where my body is strictly consuming water right now. So it makes it very easy for the body to bring itself back into a basic state of equilibrium at least for myself, where I don't have to worry about what I'm eating and when I'm hungry and what kind of food I'm eating. And it gets a break, it gets a timeout. And in that timeout, it goes back to its very simple natural state, which is the movement of energy. And so when you take away all the variables of when I'm gonna eat, what am I gonna eat, am I hungry, am I not hungry, if I go there, what kind of food, like, it's all around food a lot of the time, right? And especially in this day and age where you get to read about 17 billion different types of fucking diets you can have and what's good for you and what's not, and make sure it's this and make I mean, it's just it's overwhelm. It's overwhelm, right? The body, for me, at least the last this these first 36 hours, the body is so happy to be able to just be in this simplified state. Obviously, you can't stay in a water fast forever, but there is a really profound message in this practice. Um, and for me, the water fast is about coming back to my body's most simple and divine, potent and powerful way of being, which is just flowing energy through it, without having to bombard it with anything else. And so, as I've been connecting into this collective energy that's literally just driving me crazy right now, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I'm at my wit's end with how much information is available and how distracted we are. I mean, this has been a message I've been speaking about for over a year, and it's only getting, what I would say, is worse. And I haven't stopped talking about this because it is one of the most disempowering tools that is being used on humanity, that we are using on ourselves and we don't even realize it, to keep us disconnected from our God selves. Martin, there you are. Thank you, my friend. The more that you are on your phones, the more that you are consuming massive amounts of YouTube videos and information, the more you are distracting yourself with, you know, how to best live an abundant life or all of that. I'm telling you right now, the more you are pulling yourself out of your truest state of being, your true nature. And I'm not saying that this is bad or wrong, because we live in a culture, a world, a society that feeds off of information, and there is so much information that is great. It's great to have information. But we are moving into a world, we're continuing to move into this vortex where we are being fed that the more that we consume, the more prepared we are, the more knowledgeable we are, um, the more we'll be able to get through what's happening on the planet. The more you'll be able to be abundant or safe or free or have a better loving relationship, or the more you'll, whatever it is. And again, this is a fine line, because let's say that you get injured and you start Googling like information, right, about how to navigate your injury. That is different than what I'm speaking about. Okay, what I'm speaking about is getting lost in the sauce. What I'm speaking about is that you are so lost in the consumption of information as a crutch to be able to navigate your everyday life, because you don't want to just be in what is. You don't want to just sit in the silence or in the uncomfortable or in the not knowing the direction, in the not knowing the information, in the not knowing the answer, right? Um, I've got to know what's coming up on the planet. I've got to know what's going on with the government. I've got to know what's going on with all this. I got to know what's going on with the you name it, right? There there is a time that we're at. Thank you, Steve, so much for that super chat. We are at a place, we are at a pivot point. Mark my words, this will be a pivot point where that humanity will be in for quite some time. But we are at a pivot point where we have to start going back to um, our natural state, which is not consuming everything that we are consuming. We have to start to recognize it's not healthy. We have to start recognizing our dependency on it. We have to start recognizing that the more that I'm listening to somebody else, the less I'm listening to myself. Just pay attention. This may trigger you. This may say, absolutely not. I'm listening to myself all the time. I've never been more intuitive. And that's great. All I'm saying is the more that we can pay attention to how we are literally focused on what everybody else is saying and thinking and doing. And the moment you turn on anything that has somebody saying something to you, you are all of a sudden in their world. Just like that, you're in somebody else's consciousness. You're in somebody else's awareness. You get it. We are being sucked in that quickly that we come out of these fogs and we feel weird or shitty or depressed or anxious or uh, there's something wrong with me or oh my god I need to start doing dot dot. We don't even realize that it's not even your own body bringing that information to you. This is something that you're consuming from the external world that is creating this internal world that was never there, right? It's not actually true. And so there's this thing happening right now where we need to start shutting off more and more. Or if you can't shut it off, at least be aware. At least be aware because we're being controlled. We're being controlled on such a deep, deep level that the evolution in human consciousness is going at a snail's pace, in my opinion, because I mean, it's also accelerating, but it could be accelerating so much faster if we recognized that the direction we are going, the way in which we're being pulled into these crevices and these vortexes is it feels good, it feels comfortable, it feels easy, and the direction that we need to pivot our awareness is in the counterintuitive, it's in the uncomfortable. It's it's in the not so easy, which means that being with you, slowing down, turning off everything, um, recognizing that you may have the knowledge that you need within you, that your guidance is the highest guidance. You don't need to go to 17,000 psychics or listen to 18,000 energy updates in order to recognize that your greatest compass is in the right here, right now with your physical body. That is your greatest compass. And we are so dependent on the outside world, and we're becoming more dependent on the outside world. In fact, we are being validated. You know, if you have sensationalized information or you have these quick fixes or you're able to soothe somebody's pain or somebody's anxiety, then you're going to be consumed by more people. You will be popular, you will grow, you will make a lot of money. Um, People are this is going to be super triggering, but it's true. We need to stop being um, dependent. Our evolution requires us to stop being dependent on other people in order to make us feel better. You know, when you think about where humanity is going as a human collective, there is a massive difference between sharing skills and tools and knowledge and needing these this skill and tool and knowledge from somebody else in order to make you um, uh, be able to navigate your life, right? Um, that is a massive crutch that we need to start paying attention to. Um, the more that we are listening to all this sensationalized information about, all the shit that's happening on the planet, the more that you consume that from the place of I need more, I need more, I need more, I need more, right? That's an energy. I need more, I need more. What else? What else? What else is going on? I need to know this. I need to know that. That's an addictive type of energy. You're feeding off it whether you realize it or not. There's something that there's an addictive piece to that adrenaline. Um, and vice versa. The people that are teaching it are feeding off of that adrenaline. And so it's a real fine line. I want to, there's a lot of information that is important along our journey. But I'm telling you, humanity is coming up to this precipice, to this new kind of awareness or shift that requires us to start to become aware of what we're consuming. And this video will most likely not really be seen or understood in the way that it needs to for like 5 years, 6 years. It's just we're too in it right now. We're too in the we're too in the inundation of information thinking that it is so great for us for that we don't really realize that we are endangering ourselves by how dependent we are. And so 5, 6, 7 years from now, a lot of us will be out of that dependency on information and we'll realize, oh my God, I was so in it, right? And I realize now that there is such a quietness in my world. Um, I realized that it was actually the dependency on all the information that was creating my anxiety, that was creating my stress, that was creating my tension in my body. It was actually the fact that I was living in a world that was over consumerized, if that's a word. There was so much coming in and I was so numb to it, like a frog boiling in water, that I didn't even realize that it was creating the symptoms that I was trying to find the solution for in the external world. As soon as you quiet everything, practice. Just stop trying to find solutions to things and shut everything off. Shut off asking people for information or solutions. Shut off trying to find solutions or information. Shut off trying to be in the know of what's happening on the planet. What ascension is going on, what solar flares are happening, what kind of poisons are going. If you're somebody that likes to consume all that, I encourage you to try shutting it off for a week and see what happens. If you are someone that feels safe in knowing as much as you can, I encourage you to try not to know so much and see what happens. Because what's gonna what the natural state of evolution is that humanity is going to start living in such a present moment state, interacting and engaging with humans in a very natural way, right? That your fine-tuned vessel or instrument called the body is what is going to be dictating what's next, what you need, who you are, where you are, what to do, what to feel, what to think, right? It's all within in this physical form. And so, what we're experiencing right now, what we're going through is an overstimulated inundation of every possible stimuli you could think of, convincing us that this is important and that this is necessary. Also, this is how you make money. I mean, if you are like me, you have to be on these devices at times in order to make money, in order to build a business or to pay your bills, right? Also, we live in a consumerized culture right now where you are unconsciously being programmed to think that you are good when you have followers, and there's something wrong with you when you don't have followers. That if I put up some sensationalized YouTube video or something that speaks to the drama of the world, that's going to get better, traction than just speaking about you going inward. There is something very frightening about that. Very frightening about how the sensationalism and the fear-based stuff and the pay attention to this and oh my God, did you know about this? And are you listening to this? And holy shit, that is what is most consumed instead of go inward, shut it all off. Don't worry about it. And why is that? Because on a bigger level, we are being controlled. We're being controlled. And it is a subtle control that is happening that is pulling us out of our highest place that we can be, which is inward, all eyes in here at all times, paying attention in every moment to how you are being impacted by every interaction that you are having and peeling that apart, asking questions, really asking questions, paying attention. You want to know why there's so much anxiety on the planet right now? It's not because we are in a worse place. It's because we are consuming so much information that it is creating an overload in the body. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Did you hear about this? Did you not hear about this? How come you're not doing this? Why are you doing this? Maybe you should do it like this. I think you're supposed to do it like this, but make sure you buy this. But then no, you got to do this. But what about this? Oh my God, did you know this was happening? It's overload. Your body is freaking the fuck out. So you may not even realize that all of the reasons that you think you are sick or that you think you are restrictive or tight in your body or you think that you are anxious or stressed out because of dot, 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 it may be because of what you're consuming all day long that you're not even aware of because it is so subtle and profound and controlling. Thanks, Torsten. I truly, truly believe that where we are going and what we are being pummeled into, and we have to see all this information because it has to get worse and worse and worse and worse. What frightens me is that the human body is going to, it's going to start to break down. The human body needs to be able to um, be in this really profound, powerful, energetic world and not be overstimulated. So it's like you're in a fire and you're stoking the fire at the same time. It's like you've got to be able to learn how to just simply be in the fire without getting burned and not stoking the fire and making the fire more intense, because then you're just making it worse for yourself. And stoking the fire, in my opinion, is consuming all day long. The safest place, the most peaceful place, the most calm place is when you are not consuming anything. Try it. And if you are someone that is so busy all the time that you don't have time, make time to just shut it all off. And I'm not talking about going into some meditative state. I'm talking about just shutting all the stimuli off. And how often can you start doing this more and more? Maybe you just go and play with your kids more. You go play with your dog more. You don't play with them on your phone. You play with them in life, in presence. Maybe you decide that you're gonna call your grandparents, and you're just gonna have a dialogue in presence with them and see what that's like and see what unravels, right? But we are simultaneously being pummeled deeper into presence, into the now, while we are also being pummeled out of it. Every time you're on your phone, you're out of presence. Every time you are trying to figure something else out, like, why is this happening? Where do I go? What do I do? What do I need? You're out of presence. You're out of the now. Anytime you feel anxiety, you're out of the now. Every time you're in fear, you're out of the now. We are being pummeled into the now by being pulled out of it. Um, we are, and this video is definitely not going to go viral. People aren't going to be like, oh my God, because everybody is looking for a solution. Everybody is looking for, how do I get out of this breakup? How do I move through the narcissistic person in my family? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I heal this? How do I heal that? And to a degree, you want to assist yourself. But you want to be aware of, pay attention to, am I doing this because I truly am just searching for some sort of information that I can take with me along my journey? Or am I doing this so that I can continue to stay distracted from what I actually need to just be in, which is the uncomfortableness of me trusting myself and how I know how to move through this? It's it's a massive shift in your mindset. 99.9% of humanity is still going to be consuming and consuming and consuming. It's it's the machine. And now that we have AI, it's going to get even worse. There is no part of me that believes that AI is a good thing, because all AI is going to do is, one, create more laziness, two, create more dependency on someone else and on something else, three, create more distraction, four, create a ton more confusion. If you don't even know if this is coming from a human or coming from some artificial thing, you don't even know if it's real, you don't even know if it's true, how are you possibly going to trust the natural state, the true natural state of life? If we can't even trust that when we look up at the sky, what we see in the sky is natural. Is that an actual star, or is that a rocket ship? It's like, I shouldn't be asking that. What I mean by that is, they're now doing things where they are confusing humans so that we don't even know if what we're seeing is a spaceship, a UFO coming, or if it is, um, you know, created by man. It's designed to create confusion. You don't even know if there is if the ad that you're watching on social media is an actual person or if it's created from AI. You don't even need to actually look up information anymore. You just open up your phone, push a button, tell it what you want, and it gives it to you. You understand that where we are going as in this evolution is, we are either going to stop using the external world, including AI, right? And start to actually fine tune our own knowingness, our own intuition, our own gut, our own feeling state. Or we're going to start moving deeper and deeper into this unconscious, numbed out, give me more information, make it as easy as possible so I don't have to figure anything out AI world, where literally everything is at your fingertips. You don't have to actually feel much of anything. Everything's handed to you. And you don't actually have to navigate the world. It's very scary. It's very scary. anything that pulls me out of me going inward and finding the answer, it's not it's anything that creates more confusion, anything that pulls us out of our own creativity is not good. It's not. It's it's just another indication that consumerism, energetic consumerism is a direction that humanity is trying to be pulled down, and we need to get really clear on this. We need to see this more and more. We need to pull ourselves out of the ridiculous idea that continuing to consume is healthy for us, that no longer needing to critically think and figure out things on our own is good for us. Oh, no, it's easy. You just push the little button, say something, and it tells you everything you need to know, gives you everything. It's not good. It's and what it's doing is it's making us more and more dependent on everything that's outside of us, and that is the most dangerous, dangerous, dangerous place to be. The more dependent we are on external things, other people giving you information, um, other, resources, um, other tools that are going to save you or heal you or whatever that is, the more that we are exporting, um, our power, the less empowered we're going to be. And if you look around at the world, just in your own life, look around at how everything is about you trying to find information outside of yourself, gather information outside of yourself. Just it's not hard to see. How often are you actually going inward right now and asking yourself what you feel? What is your truth? What do you actually believe? What do you actually feel? We think like, "Oh, if this famous person that has 70 million followers says something, then it must be true." Or if this spiritual person tells me that this is happening, then it must be true. If all of these people are believing this, then it must be true. We are you would think that by this point in our evolutionary journey that we would be more fine-tuned in our resonance, but we're not. It's almost like humanity has sort of fallen back into some sort of comatose state where we don't realize that we are still just believing we're at whatever we're told from other people that are awakened, from people that are this isn't about like, oh, you're now being controlled by, the media or by the governments. I'm talking about people that you admire, people that you respect. They're not consciously trying to control you, but if you are just believing what anyone says without checking with your internal compass, you're being controlled. If you just believe it because this person says it, you're being controlled. Where's your inner compass? Where's your truth? What is yours? And one of the things that is so detrimental in our world right now is that we've lost that connection because there's so much information coming in. There's information coming in 24/7 all over the place in all different venues. And it's not to say, though, I'll just repeat this one last time and then curious if anyone has a question. Um, the true evolution in consciousness is coming back to your natural state, your natural state of being. And the natural state of being, okay, is you. as God, playing the role of human, knowing all day long that you're safe to be in whatever you're in, listening first and foremost to your body. What is the body saying? What is the body needing? What is the body asking for? And I'm not just saying food, I'm saying everything. The body is going to tell you everything. Your intuition comes from within. Your knowingness comes from within. You start to live from a more empowered place because the focus is inward. This doesn't mean that you are not taking care of people or you're not trying to help humanity or work in nonprofit organizations or any of that. This is not about a singular focus where the evolution in human consciousness is all about me. This evolution in human consciousness is recognizing that I am this sovereign, energetic soul within a very powerful and beautiful physical human body that exists in a world where there are 7.4 billion other unique souls with physical forms walking around. And that I need to get clearer and clearer on and clearer in my channel, in my body, what my absolute knowingness is, what my absolute truth is, what I believe and feel around everything, what resonates and doesn't resonate, right? That your unique experience and expression is yours. You get more and more aware of the labels that you're using, of the ability to have trauma and to let that trauma be okay. We don't have to fix everything all the time, right? Soul, evolution is reconnecting with soul. The more and more you fine tune yourself inward into soul, into the you that you have always been, you will become so fine tuned with what you're listening to, with who you're listening to, with the information you're taking in. You won't be able to anymore. You won't be able to listen to things anymore. You won't be able to, it isn't going to make sense. Your soul just wants to live in life. It wants to be in life with the trauma, with the physical pains, with the narcissistic relationships. It's navigating all of that in presence and in now. It doesn't mean it's easy. It's not love and light. It's not all glorious God heaven place. It's life, and your soul wants to devour it. And you don't need 17,000 different people telling you how to do it, because all that does is put you in this freeze state where now you're looking around at all the different stop signs and you're like, fuck, I don't even know where to go anymore. When the only direction you need, the only stop sign you need is inside. Oh my God, this feels good. I'm going to keep doing it. Oh my God, this doesn't feel good. I'm not doing this anymore. Oh my God, this person super resonates. Oh my God, this person doesn't resonate anymore. Oh, I think my uncle is a narcissist. Okay. I remember learning about narcissism, or let me go read about narcissism. Okay. This kind of resonates. This doesn't resonate. Now let me go out into my life and deal with the narcissist, right? Like, we are so inundated that we just have this like focus of tell me more, tell me more. What else I need to do? What else do I need to do? Woe is me, poor me. I can't believe I'm in this. How do I get out of this? Your soul wants to be in life. It wants to break free. We're chained. Even the most awakened human are chained because they're trying to do something correctly. They're trying to know as much as they can. They're in the mind. They're in that egoic structure. You know, the more that you integrate deeper into your body, the more you look out at the trees, the more you breathe in the fresh air, the more you listen to the sound of birds, the more that you let your body crave whatever foods it needs instead of thinking like, oh, that's not healthy enough and I shouldn't be doing that. And so told me that if I don't get this much sleep at night, I'm not going to feel good. And oh my God, I better drink this much water. Like, what does your soul crave? What's going on in your own beingness? Do you even know? Are you even aware of it? Thanks, Eric, for that super chat. Come back to you. Come back to you. And when you start coming back to you, to your soul, you're going to shut out all the noise because it's extremely difficult to come back to you and to listen to you and to listen to 17,000 other people telling you. It's too much. It's overload right now. It's just absolute overload. We are being pummeled back into our natural state, which is what evolution is, which is the slowing down and being in life, shutting off of the devices, shutting off of the external sounds, shutting it off and learning how to be in this, learning how to maybe have make an income in this, learning how to get information without consuming so much. We have to learn how to do this in it. So it's going to get louder and louder and louder. Thank you, Danny, for that super chat. It's going to get louder. You're going to get more insecure. You're going to feel more unworthy, perhaps. You're going to feel like something's wrong with you more and more. You're going to feel like you have to keep fixing things. You're going to feel like being alone and quiet is so uncomfortable. This may increase for some of you because it's trying to get your attention so that you can stop. Stop. Go back to the basics. You will feel 1,000 times better. Not because you're drinking the clearest, most purified, oxygenated fucking water. Not because you're eating the most organic grown foods, not because you are you know, purifying your air or whatever that is. Like, not because you are healing all of your trauma, not because you are, holding the firmest boundaries because you are now, no longer a people pleaser. Like, no. What we are being pummeled into is to simply get present with you, with life, with the God essence, and letting that soul speak through you more and more and more. Letting yourself break down, having compassion for the trauma, having compassion for the pain, being in life. Most of us are not in life because we are distracted by everything else going on around us, pulling us from life. And when you start doing this more and more, when you just get present with what's in life, what's here now and what's here now and what's here now, what's my body asking, what is mine? What's mine? What does my soul like? What does my soul desire? Do you really want to consume everything you're consuming? Does it really matter? Does it? Do energy updates every month really matter? Every year people say, "Oh my god, 2022 is gonna be crazy. Oh my god, 2023 is gonna be crazy. Oh my god, 2024 is gonna be the year of this." Does that matter? What does it actually do for you? It relieves you in that moment from what you're in. You have hope, or you have clarity, or you have an inspiration or something, and what that does is it pulls you out of right here, right now. What if it didn't matter? What if there were no more energy updates? What if there were no more, this is what's coming up? What if there were no more pieces of information so that you could learn about this, that, and the other? Then what would you do? Would you panic? Would you go into freeze? Would you have anxiety? It's the same thing as an addiction. If an addiction is pulled from you, what do you do? Everything we are consuming is an addiction if you're consuming it from an unconscious state of needing it. And if information can make you feel good in that moment, or if it can give you a dopamine hit, right? If it can create some sort of charge in that moment, then you'll keep coming back. Right? And so it's just an interesting place to be. This is not going to be um a popular conversation, but hopefully some of you will hear it and read between the lines and sort of settle deeper into what's actually being said and become more and more aware because we aren't here to get out of what we're in. We're here to be in it and to find our natural state. We're here to be in all of this and to find our natural state of being, which is that there is an ease and a grace and a calm and a peace and an openness and availability in every moment, no matter what you're in. And you will find yourself trying to find solutions, which is great. I felt clogged in my body. What am I going to do? I'll do a water fast. Right? So we're going to constantly change and create and be new over and over again. But there's a difference between that flow state of just what's next, what else, I'm feeling clogged, what can I do, what should I do next, and oh my God, I can't be in this, something is wrong, I need to get out of this isn't okay, give me more information, tell me what's next, tell me what to do, tell me. We give our power over to something outside of us as if what we are feeling inside and the information we have within us isn't enough. Your own pain isn't enough to direct you. Your own inner knowing isn't enough. Your own history of what you've gone through isn't enough. No, 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 no. If somebody tells me, then it must be so. Somebody else knows more than me. No, they don't. Nobody knows more than you. Your soul is the most knowledgeable, potent, powerful, aware library that you could ever have. And everything else is just, you know, little sprinkles on your cupcake that you can take or not take, but you're aware of whether it fits or it doesn't fit. And it's not uh the end all be all. Your soul is the end all be all. That's evolution. And people don't like that, especially if they're making money off you. They want you to believe that they have the solution for you. And it's a massive trap in every community is that I have the answer for you and I'm gonna show you, and there's nothing wrong with people helping other people out. Thank you, Butterfly, for that super chat. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if you need it in order to help you through what you may be really struggling with. But there comes a time when you gotta stop. You gotta no longer depend on anybody else to get you through it. You get yourself through it. You navigate it. You remember, right? Like, and that's the overconsumption. It's so insane right now. Try to do something different today or tomorrow where you quiet what you're consuming. Pay attention to how much you're consuming. Pay attention to what it feels like and see what happens when you quiet everything. Just pay attention to what you pay attention to. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. Sweet baby Jesus. Ah. Oh my God, I can do this. You don't even have to be alone. It's not even about being alone. It's about just shutting off all the distractions of what you're consuming. That's it. It's not about being alone. I know I'm drinking water. I think just it helps me when I drink water. Um, it's a 3-day fast. I'm on day 2. I started Sunday at 8 p.m. I don't know how many hours I'm in. I'm actually doing way better than I thought. Pretty damn fucking proud of myself. Um, do one thing at a time to feel safe. Yes. Day 4, the hunger pains go away. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard day 2 is the worst, which is where I'm at. I'm just gonna stay busy, go get a massage, do some work, you know? All right, you guys, are there any questions before I get going? Everything is perfect. Prepare for a meal or miracle. God is powerful. Yeah, the headache's not good. Not having coffee is the worst. Day 2 is the worst because you go into ketosis. Day 1 is the worst. Actually, day 1 wasn't that bad for me. I've been eating ginger while you're doing this. Can you believe it? Also kind of fasting since Monday. Yay. I do not live off prana. No. Nope, I do not live off prana. One day we all will though. Um, one day we all will. Um, the master cleanse for 21 days, that's insane. Day 1 is past, yeah. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me go on my little rant today about consumerism. It's just, I'm so passionate about this subject because I think it's so detrimental, but also so empowering. So I hope it was useful in some way, not super like depressing or uninspiring. um, Hopefully it's going to bring a little bit more awareness into your everyday life, in terms of what you believe is important for you to consume. And if you practice trying not to consume so much and just shutting things off, I swear to you, especially if you have anxiety, watch what happens. I promise you, just stop consuming so much and your anxiety will go away. um you know okay, that's it. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you next Tuesday for episode 94. Get on the wait list for Kenya. I can't wait. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like a little kid at Christmas time. Like, Christmas is coming up. We're going to be able to open presents. Um, okay. See you guys next Tuesday. And I love you. Mwah.